What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to a new video on the channel. Welcome to some Forza Horizon 5, and in today's video I'm going to try... Oh, I forgot about this thing that I'm driving right now. Today, I'm going to try some tunes that you guys have sent me. So, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, please subscribe. Also, if you're new to the channel, what I initially wanted to say is, and you don't know what's happening, basically, every single time I upload one of these videos, I choose tunes from the Discord that you guys create, and I get to try them. I get to pick a couple of tunes for a video, and I get to try them out and see what you guys have done. Sometimes you guys send me some good stuff, sometimes some not so good stuff, but it's always fun to try and use tunes that aren't my own, or that aren't, like, you know, crazy meta tunes by well-known, like, builders or something like that. So it's always fun. So in today's video, I have a couple of tunes that I want to try out. One of them being a very interesting one. This guy sent over an A-class road race build, he says, but it's got 1,000 horsepower in A-class. Bro, what? Does it like not have any tires on it, or what? Does it just won't have any grip, will it? you can make cars in A-class have 1,000 horsepower, and he says it's a road race build, weirdly enough. So let's give it a shot, because it kind of caught my attention with that. So here's a share code if you guys want to try it out yourselves. 848-209-239. Okay. It is an XE. It's on rally suspension and drag tire compound. It's all-wheel drive. I don't know about this one. So it's made all-wheel drive. It basically compensates for the lack of good tires. The drag tire compounds usually are the tires that you use if you can't put the racing slicks on cars, but 1,000 horsepower with these tires on it? The Drag XES. I think it's a car that I've never driven in this game. Yep, I've never driven this car in this game. Let's take it out. I mean, we know what this is. This is kind of like a competitor to like a BMW 3 Series. You know, it's a small saloon. Yeah. What was it? Supercharged V6, I'm guessing? Okay. Well, let's load this tune up and see what this guy has created. 1,000 horsepower in A-class is ridiculous. If you manage to get this thing to work really well, this would be really impressive. So launching is fine. This does not feel like 1,000 horsepower. Maybe because it weighs over a ton, but it just doesn't feel like it. Sorry, not over a ton, but it does, like, almost 2 tons, I meant to say. Okay. I mean, weirdly enough, it's actually using the grip that it has very effectively. I actually kind of like it. It does seem to take like a quick second for it to turn in. It doesn't have obviously the responsiveness and stuff of the tires that are made for actual racing. You know, like the semi-slicks and the fully slick tires. It takes like a quick second before the car realizes, oh, this dude wants to like start turning. And that's the thing with the drag tires. They have like, they're like softer laterally. Does that make sense? So if I pump these up to the highest possible tire pressure, you make them like really, really hard and very slippery tire compound with lateral grip. But if you're softening them up, basically if you have them in the same PSI, so sort of a, you know, between like 20 and like 35 PSI, just to have these the same as like your regular tires, there's like the tiniest bit of a delay. I want to try to see if I can do it. I don't know if it's possible. But before they actually start to get grip, like I steer into the corner, and then the tires realize, oh yeah, I should start gripping up now. And that's when the front end like starts pulling into the corner. Man, it just doesn't feel like 1,000 horsepower. Brakes are just non-existent, weirdly enough. lift off oversteer is actually kind of important with this thing because it helps a lot. Well, I'm gonna do a couple of laps, I guess, with this thing since it did say it's for road racing. So let's try it out and see what this thing is actually capable of doing. I'll take it out on a track or two. Maybe something different, either Lookout Circuit or the Playa Azul. I might actually try the. I try the Playa Azul. Yeah, let's do it. Let's try this. Do I have any sort of time here? Or is this just... Oh, my rival is myself, but I can't use anything. I don't know. So I have a couple of cars here. A Forza built in A-Class. These are all, I'm pretty sure, well, those ones that are built for road racing. They're built for the Golden Tugget. So look, see, right, this one has 1,000 horsepower and it weighs 1,800 kilos. This has 400 horsepower and it weighs pretty much half the weight of that, 994 kilos. And it's still on drag tires. And this one's built for the Golden Tugget. This one's not. Basically, it's got half the power, but it's also got half the weight. And I kind of want to put both of these two head to head right now, and I want to see what it's like. I mean, one of them's not built for this. It's built for like a really tight track. So I kind of want to try and see if I'm able to get anywhere near the Jag, or if the Jag is just significantly faster. It will be significantly faster, I think, at acceleration and all that, but I'll try to do a couple of laps with it and see. Basically test this thing out. Yeah, I don't know why my rivals are just gone. I just don't have any rivals for this track in A-Class, I guess. Again, I need to find the good place to turn in with it, due to the fact that it's got the drag tires and I need to be careful. There's a lift off oversteered. Okay. I can't go like full pelt into these corners. It just... I know I'll just end up into the wall. It's a very intuitive car to drive though. Like it's easy to learn. See? It understeers like crazy. If I'm going just a bit too fast. Here I have to be very, very careful. I definitely need to get used to driving this thing. Oh my god, bro. I'm like turning in and it's like, just nah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The grip just ain't there. Okay. Just continue lapping. We'll do one rolling lap and obviously try and make it a clean one. Bro, it just doesn't turn! It just doesn't turn. I'm trying to avoid a puddle, so I'm going a little wider, but I cannot go. I can't go full power. I need to lift. Wait, let me go back to the start finish line as well, so my lap isn't affected. That is mad. Like I said, drag tires are very good if you can't put the slick tires on your cars, but they're definitely not a valid like replacement for them. But if you want to squeeze out as much power as you possibly can out of your cars, yeah, this basically just doesn't have any brakes. It's like just non-existent. Also should have been a fourth there. So keeping behind the revs seems like it's a little better at coming out of corners. Kind of catches a little bit more grip. So I'm gonna try that. Oh my god, bro. What is that corner? I cannot take that corner. I feel like I'm gonna make it around the corner and then at the very end I just like clip the wall. That's crazy. Okay, now here's another challenge. Trying to get around this last one. Brake, 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 brake. I've absolutely biffed it, but that's fine. 114. That is terrible. grip, please grip, please, 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 please. Oh. Okay, brake, 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 brake. I have to start braking so early, bro. The brakes on this car just don't exist. It just has no brakes. Okay. Again, these couple of corners here. Okay, that time I had to slow down a lot. Do one clean lap and I'll be happy. Okay, so far so good. God. It's so sketchy. Bro, I'm starting to turn in. I hit the sand a little bit and it was just like, it stopped. It's a 113. I think I need to stay off the power a little bit. Just a little bit. I think I'm going into some of these corners thinking I'm about to like absolutely rip this thing around every corner, and then I get humbled very quickly by these tires. So I think I'm going to stay off the power a tiny bit and try to be a little bit more controlling. I'm going to do that this entire lap, honestly. See? See what I mean? Nice and easy. Nice and easy, nice and easy. No, turn in. Turn. Jesus! So close. So close. This was a good lap, actually. Not bad. Okay, see? I'm improving. The more I drive this thing, the more I'll improve. I mean, that's obviously the same thing with every car, but I feel like that'll be the case with this car, especially because the more I drive it, the more I'll get used to the way the tires work and how the grip works on it. And when I need to start braking, when I need to start turning in and that. How I need to accelerate out of corners. I'm finished. Alright, I want to try my little Alpine that has half of everything. Half the weight, half the power. Okay. Let's give this thing a shot. I want to compare it to it. But this is honestly super fun car. Really, really fun car to drive. It's a bit of a beast. It's a bit of a beast. I feel like the power that it has isn't being, I guess, used to its full potential. I mean, there's like other cars as well that we can try and I can put around that track and have them go around it quickly. One of them being a Subaru. Like, I have some Subarus that go really, really well in A-Class, but yeah, obviously they just won't have the power. They have about like 400 and something horsepower. So I want to try the Alpine because the Alpine also has drag tires on it. So that's why I want to try it. And I want to see what it's like. Just basically having half the power and half the weight. How much of a difference that's going to be. Okay. Sorry, it's less than half the power. Sorry. It's less than half the power. It's only got 400 horsepower. The other thing has much, much more. So yeah, I want to try and see where and how that extra power was being wasted. Why? I don't understand why I don't have a time for this thing. It just makes absolutely no sense. Why is it every other track I do and then that one I just don't? Am I banned off the servers? Anyway, we had like what, 113.2, right? That was the time here. So again, this is a car that I built just for the Golden Toga, just to get really, really low times with it, and it's fairly decent. So don't expect it to be a very fast car. Definitely expect it to grip quite well. Yeah, the different platform on this thing just makes it crazy, as in like, because it's mid-engine and rear-wheel drive. Okay, I can brake a lot later. A lot later. I was trying to be smooth with my cornering there, and I just ate that wall. Nice. Tires still feel the same. Tires feel the same, but the balance is much better of the car. Much, much better. Of course, I don't have the power. You see what I mean? Look how much I can turn into the corner. Pretty ridiculous. Power doesn't always mean better, but okay. Now let's do a rolling start. 116 continue lapping. So 113.2 to get close to. Let's see. I think I can go faster around corners with this thing, but I think the Jag is just better overall because it has more power. So for a lot of these sections here, where I'm driving right now especially, I'd be way ahead in the Jag. But this thing actually has brakes and I'm slowing down 4 corners properly. Whereas the Jag, it just didn't have brakes. I had to slow down like 20 miles before the actual corner. Yeah. I'm not going to do too many laps because I'm kind of used to this car now how this thing drives. Yeah, the Jag is just much more difficult to drive than this. Much more difficult car to drive than this car. This thing's super easy. It just feels so nimble and light, you know? I mean, it is, but especially to the Jag, it just feels so easy to control. And there you go. Cross the line on 111.9 on the second lap, the second run. Maybe my driving in the Jag just isn't good enough, but the extra power just ain't needed. It just ain't needed. I'd rather have less weight than have more power. Maybe for some other tracks, it could be very useful. But then at that point, if you bring it around like... instead of bringing it around like circuit racing and you bring it around like sprint races and stuff like that, where some of the corners are longer and you don't have to like take these really, really tight corners, at that point, you're just gonna get power builds in A-Class, you know? And I don't think an all-wheel drive Jag is gonna be a very good power build, unfortunately. I feel like even then you need it to be rear-wheel drive and you need it to have a stupid amount of power. Even if it doesn't have the best tire compound. At that point, you just slap as much power into it as possible. But I think the all-wheel drive swap... Don't get me wrong, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the all-wheel drive swap might bring the PI down because it adds so much weight. I don't know, some cars have that, where basically if you all-wheel drive swap the car, it'll actually bring the PI down instead of up. But yeah, I don't know. I like the Jag because it's just such an interesting concept, but it's not really like that impressive. It's not that great. Okay, the tires just feel like you're on like elastic bands. I don't know if you've ever had an elastic band and you try to like push it sideways, like as it's like flat on like the table or something like that, and you feel that little flex. I mean, that's the same with like every tire, but that's how it feels. Like you can move it around on the table so much, and I feel like it's like that under my car. Before it actually starts to catch grip, it like kind of like flexes so much. Anyway, that's it was a cool little Jag though. I do like it. Something different, something interesting. Okay, cool. Let's move on to something else. Alright, there we go. Second tune of our build. Let's give this a shot. I am interested in this one because it's a very special car. It's rear-wheel drive. It's naturally aspirated, which means he's kept the standard engine in it. Very happy about that. It's a Ferrari F50, boys. 121.817.306. I'm just waiting for the sound of this thing. I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for this thing to make some serious noise in my ears as I'm whipping this. Apparently he said it could be decent for the Golden Toge, so I'm gonna give it a shot. But the Ferrari F50. Oh. One of the best sounding V12s ever. Where's this thing? Well, I have to go way back because this thing is old. There it is. Ferrari F50. This one I have driven a lot, and it's very sick. The GT. Super, super cool car. The regular 50, I don't think I've driven. I don't think I've driven the regular F50. What's it sound like in game, actually? Very raspy. Very, very raspy. Right, let's slap this tune on. That'd be nice if you load. 720 horsepower, 1,187 kilos, so it's lighter, it's got more power, it's got better grip, top of S1. I'm ready. I'm ready to enjoy this thing. Oh! Oh, it sounds good! It sounds so good! It sounds very good. Alright, he said Golden Tugger, right? Let's bring it on the Golden Tugger. Let's try it, I guess. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. I'm kind of excited to drive this thing. Leaving it rear wheel drive just makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. I love driving cars that are like mid-engine rear wheel drive. It is so fun, man. They're so fun. Especially that I put like really good tires on it. Oh, it looks so good too. It's like such a Miami car, you know? You know when you think the Lamborghini Countach and that? Ferrari F50. It's just such a car that you'd see around Miami. Every time. I always associate this car with that. The absolute baller life in Miami. Okay, I can go a lot faster actually. Jesus. I was a little skeptical there for a second. Trying to send this thing around that corner, and I just like... I was like, damn. Brakes are very good. Grip is quite decent too. I'm actually really liking the brakes. The brakes are very, very good. Damn, you can just change the way this thing drives like mid-corner like crazy. A bit too fast there. It's definitely not competitive, I'll tell you that. So I can tell you what some of the other cars were like around the Golden Tugger. It won't keep up with the meta cars, I'm telling you now. But it is definitely a good car. And the sound of the V12 is just... ugh. It just sounds like a pure race car now. I'm slamming on the brakes way too hard for some of these corners. I really am. The brakes are so sensitive on it though. Brakes are very, very sensitive on this thing. When I'm saying that I'm slamming on the brakes, I'm like just tapping the brakes a little bit and it just slows down so much. Yeah, it's a decent car. I can't lie. I can't say it's a bad car because it just ain't. Just ain't one. Well, like I said, I wouldn't consider this very competitive. Some of the other cars in S1. Oh yeah, shit, this is massive, isn't it? Oh my god. Yeah, this thing is... it's a very, very wide car. There's a gappage. Okay. I'm gonna restart this because I crashed. Yeah, I was thinking about it because... I don't know about going full power through that gap. Especially with a car that I haven't driven before. Okay. Alright, I want to try again and I want to try to see if we can pull it lap time with this thing. 420. I've ruined this run though. I've ruined it. I kind of want to go again just for the fact that I know I can go faster. But this thing is so all over the place. Like, it's got such a massive punch of power all the time that I need to be able to control. And also, its sheer size is massive. It's just huge. So it's so wide, and I keep forgetting how far away the right side of the car is from me in the driver's seat, you know? It's absolutely massive. Okay, 420 is my first completed run, which wasn't... It's not great. It's not great at all. What are the times? Actually, I want to have a quick look here. In S1. I mean, it's not bad. 1, 2, 3. It's the 4th fastest so far on the track. I mean, like, S1 cars such as the Beetle that I featured in one of the previous videos, and obviously the Viper can do like sub 4 minutes. So like 20 seconds off that. Am I gonna be able to pull 20 seconds out of my ass somewhere? Maybe. I'll do one more run. One more run just to try and go a little bit quicker because I know I can. It's just like I said, the sheer size of this thing just puts me off all the time. And yeah, I just have to get used to it, to be honest. So. I mean, it's a little quicker, but not like by much. There's 417. I did mess up for a lot of the corners, so there you go. Yeah, the massive kick of power that this thing has, you just have to really, really be careful with it. When you start accelerating out of corners in like a Viper, for example, like that thing just grips up 100% of the time, and you're perfectly fine. This thing will like just squirrel its way a little bit before it actually starts pulling away. It's got so much power, man. It's got so much power. I love driving it though. It's like super, super impressive car. Plus it sounds so good, especially in the cockpit view. Like it sounds so good. I love the way it sounds. And you'll see for a lot of these corners the amount of time this thing just wants to oversteer. Like I'm easing on the power as well. Like I'm not even like just going out of corners and like flooring it. Like mid corner I'm like trying to ease on the power slowly, so then when I come out of the corner I'm already like, you know, I've already started accelerating like ages ago. But then obviously as I come out of the corner and I'm not fully straight, like in a straight line yet, and I floor it, the back end will just like kick out a tiny bit. And it'll do it as well for this entirety of this lap. Like you'll see it a bunch of times where I end up doing that. Grip-wise is actually not too bad. It just feels massive. It feels so big. It's huge. It is a huge car to drive around, especially on... Right there, it just happened. Like, it just feels so huge to drive around. It's a big car, this. When you're in cockpit view, right? See the way like the cockpit is kind of in the center of the car? Like you're kind of pulled into like the center a little bit more. So like the driver's seat and the passenger seat are a lot closer together than what it looks like. But the right side of the car, for me, especially in my field of view, feels like it's so far away. I don't know, it just feels like it when I'm driving this thing. It doesn't feel like compact, and that's why I'm kind of holding back for a lot of these corners. Because I'll end up smacking it to the wall, and I've done it a few times. Like, this isn't just my second lap of running this, you know, or whatever, second run of running this track. It's like my fourth or fifth, because I kept crashing into the walls because of right turns. Every time I turned right, I crashed there as well on that little corner, where I just was before as well. Because like I said, it's hard to find where the right side of the car is, so I just have to get used to this thing and drive it more and more, but obviously that's not how this works. But it's super, super nice to drive. Really, really enjoy driving this thing. It's something different, it's something little fun. So 417 would put this... Actually puts this, what, third on the list? Fourth, sorry. It puts this fourth on the list of cars. It went up from being fifth to being fourth now, I think. But yeah, it's a quick car. I think it's a fun car to drive more than being like a very competitive car. And I knew it wasn't going to be competitive from the instant I started driving it, because I know how some of these S1 cars are like, especially for this track. If he didn't suggest in his comment that it could be good for Golden Toga, I wouldn't have brought it on the Golden Toga. I just... Look how massive it is in the gap! But yeah, if he didn't suggest it in this comment on the post on my Discord, I wouldn't have brought this thing on the Golden Toga. I would have driven it somewhere else, 100%. But since he said that I could be good on the Golden Toga, I thought I'd give it a shot. But yeah, I really, really do like this thing. Well, thank you guys for the tunes so far. I actually really do enjoy trying these out. If I haven't picked your tune yet, and you know you've commented before, just do it again, and I'll give it a shot at some point if it's an interesting concept or if it's an interesting tune. So yeah, if you guys have anything interesting you want to send over, something for drifting, something for racing, for off-road racing, whatever it is that you guys want me to try out for future videos, send it over on the Discord. Join it, link is down below, alongside with a bunch of other stuff. Join it, and you know, first of all, you can, you know, comment on all the other channels and do all that sort of stuff, and hang out in the Discord with the 4,500 other people. I know it's not 4,500 active people, but like, there's 4,500 people that have joined the Discord. There's a bunch of people that are active there. At least like a couple hundred people are actually active on the server. They'll change with the way they on what they comment on, basically. Like you'll see some people commenting on other things and stuff like that. But yeah, and especially like replying stuff like that. There's a lot of lurkers in the server, because I've seen so many different like people that just join it and they just like don't actually partake in anything. But yeah, anyway, doesn't really matter if you want to join, and like I said, if you want to take part in all that sort of stuff in anything, then links are down there. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, everybody. 417,660 is the final time here, putting this car fourth on this list of S1 cars. So it's not bad, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't consider this thing to be like competitive. Alright, cool. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, everyone.